Hey everybody, welcome to KimballsIrishPub.com. Time for another movie review. Yeah, it's a movie. It's a TV movie. So this is I Am Elizabeth Smart. So it's a made-for-TV movie about Elizabeth Smart, who was kidnapped out of her Salt Lake City bedroom when she was 14 years old and was in a religious cult of some sort. So maybe you know the story and maybe you don't, but I'm going to get into it here, and I'm going to give you more intriguing tidbits after I watch a little bit more and see how the movie goes. It's only an hour and 24 minutes, so not that long of a movie. We'll check it out. I'll get back to you. IMDb has it at 6.4. Sorry, I almost forgot about this. I don't recognize a lot of the names except for Skeet Ulrich, who I'm a big fan of. Played in a couple of TV shows. Jericho. That was a good TV show while it lasted, at least the first season. I thought that was very good. And he's also now in Riverdale. He has a reoccurring role in Riverdale, among some other things that he was in. Scream. He's also in Scream. And some other things, I'm sure. You know who he is. I like him. Hopefully it's a good movie. I'll get into it. Let you know how it's going. Hey everybody. Time for a quick check-in here. We're at the 43-minute, 34-second mark. I Am Elizabeth Smart, documentary TV movie. So Elizabeth Smart is kind of narrating the movie, so she's actually in it, which makes it, better. I think that's good instead of just a dramatization of the whole movie. And Skeet Ulrich plays, what's his name? Brian David Mitchell, right? So he's the captor of this. So I didn't notice as well as I thought. I didn't realize. So that first of all, they kidnap her. They come in. Her little sister's laying next to her, and he brings a knife in and says basically if she makes a sound, he'll kill the little girl, and if she makes a sound as they're going out, he'll kill his whole family. And she's only a 14-year-old girl, so of course that sounds unbelievable. Like she's gonna listen and not make a sound. So you can see how easy it was. If you don't lock your doors. Or however he got into the house, whatever, how a girl could think this and have to go along with it. So there's really no way for her to get out of it. And then I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm sure it was. They were right alongside a road and a cop drove down. And he threw her on the ground and, of course, threatened to kill her again, so she would stay quiet. There's multiple times. They only go out into the woods into a tent. So that was the part I wasn't aware of. I thought they might have had a farm or something like that they went to. And maybe that does, but as of right now, they're just in a tent, and her uncle, his voice is right there. She hears his voice is very close. Of course, he threatens, and so she can't scream. A helicopter comes. They can't see her in the woods and stuff like that. Anyway, so and it's going day by day. So we're like at day 23 or something like that. But enough about that. It's just it's amazing. You feel so bad for her to go through this. It's terrible. The guy with daughters, can't imagine this. What he does to her, and he does it all. He's saying God's speaking to him, and that's why he's doing it. So, you're trying to think like you could see. There's no way for her to get away. There's no opportunity for her. She kind of has to become a little bit submissive so that maybe she could trick them into thinking, she's one of them and then escape. I don't know how it's all, but you know what I mean? Like, people probably say, why don't you just run? Well, she doesn't have that opportunity. And I wonder if there's certain things that, I don't know. Like, I think to myself, should there be a class that teaches girls like this, like what you do in this situation? I wouldn't know what to tell my daughter. Like, there's no way for her to get out of there or anything like that. So, anyway, it's very uncomfortable to watch, especially in the beginning. So I'm going to continue on here and let you know how it goes. Probably check back in the credits, or if anything else happens, I'll stop in. Alright, see you in a bit. Hey everybody, we're at the credits here. I Am Elizabeth Smart. It's over now, and I tell you what, pretty emotional movie, as I had said, about halfway through. And there's a little spoiler alert, obviously she gets away. That's public knowledge, so I'm not ruining the movie for you. This is the documentary of her being held captive by Brian David Mitchell and his I guess his girlfriend, wife, whatever they are. They're married in their religion or whatever. So she's held captive for I don't know how many days it was. It was like 280, almost 300 days. And as they moved around, she's first in Salt Lake City, and then they move into California. So, throughout the movie you watch it, and it's helpful because the actual Elizabeth Smart is narrating, through scenes and stuff like that. Not while the scenes are on, but then they show her, and it helps you understand things because you see opportunities. What you think is a time to get away. Like, wow, she done this, she could have done that, and you're thinking about all this stuff. But she helps explain why she couldn't do that at that point, or why she didn't, and very interesting perspective on all of that. And then at the end, of course, when this all happens, and she's finally returned to her family, another very emotional part. Even though it's coming, it's unbelievable, and it's a Lifetime movie. So I think that's part of their style. They're the Lifetime movies that they have a lot of emotions in them. But I thought it was pretty well done, but it was still a Lifetime movie. It wasn't your blockbuster, Warner Brothers or whatever stuff. It didn't have all the flair and stuff like that Lifetime would give you. Just give you the story. So I thought it was good. It's tough to watch, like I had said. And makes you wonder some real quick things before we go on. There's at the end, when we know she's returned to her family, she's in a hospital room with a nurse by herself. Like, her dad comes in, sees her, oh great, and then they take her into a hospital room where they're gonna actually give her a physical or whatever. Well, I tell you what, if my daughter was held captive for almost 300 days, I would not leave her side, for the next 300 days. And in fact, so I thought that was odd that they did that. Maybe that was, I don't know. But I know, nope, I'll be right here. Whatever you guys need, I'll be here. And then the other part where she comes back to her house and her family's there, and that's all great. It's time for bed, and she's looking in her room where she was kidnapped out of, and her mom comes in and says, hey, we're all going to have a slumber party in our room. We'd like you to sleep in there. And she says, no, I'm going to sleep in here. Great. Very strong, and that's great first step to recovery kind of thing. But still, I'd be like, great, you want to sleep in your bed? We're all sleeping in here on the floor. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just the way I would be, if I would think, if I haven't already gone stir crazy from everything else that has happened. Skeet Ulrich did a fantastic job. I thought he was perfect. He's a perfect actor for that kind of crazy character. Who is a religious fanatic and believed that God was talking to him and telling him to do all this stuff. I think, though, at the end, at least it portrayed in the movie, that just really showed that really wasn't happening. He was more into just taking a young girl and keeping her to himself, and then started drinking and stuff like that, and that was the demise. But so I'm gonna go with a 7. I thought it was really good, but it's got that TV quality to it. That's why it's not going to get any higher, but it's great to learn a little bit more about her story and her struggles and how she overcame it all, and is doing well now in life, which is great to see. Obviously they're in prisons and stuff like that. And then the other thing was that he obviously got 2 life sentences, again, public knowledge. The girl, the wife, girlfriend, and whatever that helped him to it, it's only got 15 years. That's, I don't know. Anyway, so that's my review of the I Am Elizabeth Smart story. I thought it was good. I think you should watch it if you're not fully aware, like I wasn't. I didn't know all the details of the story. It's very helpful to learn what she went through. But again, I remind you, it's very emotional, good and bad, especially in the beginning and in the ending. So, check it out. Let me know what you think. Comments, likes, ring bells, all that stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel'sIrishPub.com.